sometimes like I won't like, I'll have to force myself to take photos sometimes, still approaching people like in like the street where I'm like, oh, this is a great photo. Like I'm gonna punch myself if I don't take this photo in this moment, because it's not gonna happen again. The only thing I would be thinking of like later in the future, oh, I missed that shot. Oh, I missed that one shot. I mean, all I wanted to do was literally hang out with my friends, and so all we did was ride around on bikes all day. And so we started getting into it more because there was influence from older guys that were at the park and stuff. And so I was like, we'd always look at bike magazines, and it's just like, okay, we love doing this, let's just look at magazines, because that's what kids do. And I'm like looking at these pictures, I'm like, these are freaking sick. I like want to do this with my friends, to do something different besides just go around. So I was just literally just had like my little camera, and I'd take it everywhere with us, and like, oh, let's go do something in the street and like take photos of it, because that's what everybody else is doing. And I was like, this is fun. I want to do this. How am I gonna like make money doing this? Because I don't want to freaking sit in the office. I want to go outside, and I want to be able to like travel, because that's all we did was travel around on our bikes. So like once I get older and I can actually go somewhere, I want to be able to do what I like and go there. Like, what can I do with this camera that can take me different places? Step back 2 steps, and 1 step that way. And probably my senior year or so in high school, one of my good buddies, Kevin Franco, his dad did weddings, and like he had like a 3-story house, and he lived on an island. And I'm like, you got like a BMW? Like, what is this guy's? What does he do? And I'm like, oh, he does wedding photography. I'm like, that might be interesting. He's like, yeah, come out whenever. And I started doing it. I did one, and he's like, I'll even pay you. And I'm like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, just come, like bring what you have. Shoot whatever, it's a beach wedding, so it'll work. So I went and I shot, and like I did really well, like maneuvering out of the way of shots. And that's like, I've always been really observant, especially from like looking at pictures and trying to figure out angles. And like, I didn't want to be in the way. So I'd always like counteract like his angle, or like hide behind something so I wasn't in the way. And he's like, oh, that's like perfect. You're like a good person to work with. You could really do this. And I was like, cool. And then it started getting towards like the end of the wedding, or the sun was setting, that's what it was. And he's shooting like this huge like Canon.
And you shot this is a great shot.
Oh yeah.
This is here, yeah.
I remember that, yeah, that was crazy.
In Tampa, yeah. I think it was a big, what was it, a Canon D1 with a 7200, and totally foreign to him. So he checked, I remember this, he checked where the zoom was, and he checked, just grabbed it, and I could tell his hands were not used to a monster like that, and he was just propping his shoulders on his elbows on his body. Shot away and instructed the bride to do this and that based on what he had heard me do with the bride. I was shocked. I stood behind him and didn't say a word. And all I would say is just I would watch the shutter speed to make sure that there was no camera shake or any soft images. And I would maybe just tell him to change this and that, but it was flawless. And the bride, he connected. And he got down on his knees and on the ground and close to the water, out of the water. It was incredible. So I realized he had potential, and this is probably going right to his head. But it, and that was the start. After that, I think we shot, I don't know how many weddings, but we shot quite a few. I don't know, we shot way over 100 weddings with you. Yeah, probably over 100. And
look, your eyes, right?
He did great.
He showed me literally like a lot of the aspects of the business world. He showed me how to use my camera too. Like, I didn't know exactly how to use my camera, like, unless I went on YouTube. I did go on YouTube a lot, but mainly it was for like Photoshop to like make my images better because I didn't know how to use my camera. That really taught me how to compose stuff. And so moving that to the real world and looking at the real world in a different composition than the average person sees it, that's like what I wanted to do too. And so it's capturing the like weird aspects of life that nobody sees and also making it look cool so people want to actually look at it, not just like pass by it.